hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean, yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am working on my sinking funds today, well actually on all of my September budgeting, but this video in specific, I'm working on my sinking funds. So in my September budget video, I wrote out all of my sinking funds. However, today I am actually going to sit down and count what I have in my sinking funds binder for each category. That way I know where I'm at the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month I'll come back in. We will mark down what I used out of it, what I added into it, and what my ending balance is for the month of September. So if you guys are interested in sinking funds, stay tuned. So the planner I'm using for my budgeting is the Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly Planner 7x9 size. They also have 8.5 inch by 11, but that's just way too big for me, so I like to use the smaller one. And I have my debt tracker written up here, which I have not got to that yet this month. And then down here I have my sinking funds written out. So I currently have 10 different categories of sinking funds. Back to school, and that's pretty self-explanatory. It's back to school shopping, whether it be for school supplies or clothes. I did just use everything in that sinking fund in August, so I am now replenishing it for next year's back to school shopping. The second one is car insurance. Self-explanatory there. I do pay my car insurance every 6 months. It's cheaper if you do it that way, and I would actually do it on an annual basis, but my insurance company only does monthly or every 6 months. So my next, I just paid car insurance in July or August. So, and that'll take me through 6 months. So I am just replenishing it for when the next bill is due, which I think will come in February. Then car maintenance, that is for my car tags that'll be due next June, and then any type of, like oil changes, stuff like that. Christmas, self-explanatory. Fair, I get a lot of questions on this one. So my kids are heavily involved in 4-H, and therefore we're heavily involved in our county's fair. And I'm a 4-H leader, so speaking of kids, I had a kid interruption. Anyway, so my kids are heavily involved with the fair. My family, my mom and dad, raise cows, and then they also have hogs, which my kids have not got into showing pigs or anything, but they do show cows every year at the fair, as well as rabbits and chickens, which they enjoy that. So we spend basically the whole week at the fair with all the different shows that they have, or weigh-ins or check-ins, or their non-livestock projects that they do. There's a lot involved with the fair, for those of you that aren't aware. There really is. I mean, it's hard to not be there, especially when you have 3 kids. They all kind of are getting pulled in different directions, so it's just easier for me to take off the whole week of the fair. And so I like to have a sinking fund dedicated to that whole week, so that helps pay for food to eat during the fair, or if they want, obviously there's a carnival, just different stuff like that. So I have a sinking fund specifically dedicated for that, and our county fair is at very end of July, so I have used it this year, so I'm replenishing that for next year. The next one is household. I like to shop at Sam's Club for a lot of our like paper supplies, you know, paper towels, napkins, paper plates. I like to get my laundry detergent there, cleaning supplies, stuff like that. So I like to save up in that sinking fund so that when I go to Sam's Club I have a good size chunk of money, because you do save a lot because it's a wholesale place, but you also spend a lot there too. The next one is kids, and that kind of pertains to anything relating to them. So, for instance, they just had school pictures today. So when I get those back and I have to go to order pictures, I'll probably take from that envelope. Or if one of them wants to do like the recreational soccer or volleyball, there's, you know, a registration fee. Or if they have a birthday party they were invited to, you know, something like that, I'll take the money out of there. Personal care is for haircuts. I get my eyebrows waxed. Nothing too extravagant at all. The boys get their hair cut like once every 2 months or so. And then really me, it's just my eyebrows getting waxed. I get my hair trimmed every so often, but probably not as much as I should. And then I trim my daughter's hair. So, school tuition. So my older two kids have moved to the public school now because the private Catholic school that all my children have gone to, it only goes through 6th grade. So the older two, my oldest is a sophomore this year, and then my middle, my daughter, is in 8th grade. So they have moved out of the Catholic school, and then my youngest son is in 6th grade, so this is his last year. So I have to pay yearly tuition for him. And so I have this last half a year to pay for, and then I'll be done collecting on that. And then last is vacation, and that's self-explanatory. Not that I have a vacation planned or coming up, but I like to put money aside for, you know, just something. We did go to Branson, Missouri over New Year's. I took the kids and it was really neat. They had so much fun there. Really, really cool in the winter time. I definitely recommend it. So I just like to put money aside for something like that. So this is my sinking fund binder. It has all of my sinking funds in it. So we have back to school, car insurance, car maintenance, Christmas, fair, household, kids, personal care, school tuition, and vacation. And so this is where I keep all of my sinking funds. I do have them laminated, so I use a wet erase marker to write any transactions that I have on these envelopes, or these sinking funds, whether I'm putting money in them or taking it out. I always write it down here so that I can easily look and see what is in the envelope at that current time. So I'm just going to go through and count these and then mark them down in my planner here. So we're going to start with back to school. And like I said, I did just use all of this envelope in the end of August for back to school shopping. So I currently have $40 in there. We are refilling it for next year. So going into the month of September, back to school is going to have $40. So next we have car insurance. Now I just paid my car insurance, so this one has nothing. So car insurance is $0 going into September, and then like I said, I will start replenishing that for the next payment, which is in 6 months. Okay, car maintenance is next. I just paid my registration on my car as well, so this envelope is empty, so car maintenance going into September is also $0. Christmas, the hundreds out here. So we have 1, 2, 253, 354, 455, 556, 657. So I have $700 in Christmas. And I just saw on Facebook the other day, I don't remember the exact amount of Fridays, and I just wrote $750 and it's supposed to be $700, and I don't know where whiteout is. I'm going to fix it, but I'm going to come back in with whiteout and fix it better. But I saw it was like 14 Fridays or something, maybe not even that many, until Christmas. And when you put it into that perspective, it just seems so crazy that it is coming so fast. So this is my fair envelope, like I was telling you all. And so this one I used all the end of July. So going into September, this one has $60. So that one I am working on refilling for next July. So $60 in fair. And then I have household, which household is at $110. I'm not sure when my next Sam's Club trip will be. I actually have to go to a training for work, an overnight training, the end of this week, and I'm going to be somewhat near Sam's Club, so maybe on the last day I will go, or I will continue to save money and go maybe next month. Next one is kids, and this one also has $110, but like I said, with pictures coming up for all 3 kids, and then my daughter is in volleyball, so she'll have volleyball pictures. I will most likely use the money out of that envelope, and pictures add up really quickly when you have so many. Personal care, going into September, there is $50 in that envelope. And then school tuition, I just paid my son's tuition for the first half of the year, so I will be saving up now to pay the second half of his tuition, which I think is due in March. So this one just starting in September is at $0. And then for vacation, I am at $170. Get that in there. So vacation, $170. So I'm going to go ahead and get these figures added up. Okay, so we have the 40, 700, 60, 110, 110, 50, and 170. So for sinking funds, starting in the month of September, I have $1,240. And then at the end of the month, after the very last day of September, I will come back into my planner. I'll count my sinking funds again. We'll see what I put in the sinking funds, what was taken out of them, and then what the ending balance is, and that will be my new beginning map balance for the month of October. Sinking funds, budgeting wise, are my favorite thing. It is my favorite part of budgeting. If I would definitely have more sinking funds if I could. You kind of have to watch out, because I find myself getting carried away with my sinking funds to where it seems like all of my money is going into sinking funds, but I just love them so much, and I have a really hard time spending money out of my sinking funds, even though that's exactly what they're there for. But I love watching the money grow in them. They're like tiny little savings accounts, so it's really hard for me to use the money in them, but I just love everything about sinking funds. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions at all, leave them down below and I'll try to get to you all. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!